everyone. Welcome to this live session. And today we are going to talk about breastfeeding and periods. And we will be having two lovely ladies who will be joining us. Both are awesome lactation counselors. We've had a lot of previous sessions with them, and interestingly, the sessions never end on time because we keep on discussing about so many things, okay, so many controversial topics, but which are informative and myth busting. We're going to have them again topic, that is breastfeeding and periods. And this topic in particular is there have been so many people, so many women who've had their share of doubts and so many myths surrounding this area. So I'm sure it's going to be a great session, and I've also had a few of you drop in your questions to me this morning via the story that I had posted. If you still have any other questions, you feel free to just type in the comment, or you can see a question tab at the bottom of the screen. So it's better if you type in there. Your questions will not get lost because the comments usually tend to just move up. So if you all can type your questions in the question box, it would be great. And let us just wait for Varsha and Shyamala to join. Vidya, if you want to add anything, please go ahead.
You actually told almost everything, yes. So, yeah, and since we usually talk a lot of things with them, this time we are trying to keep it short and crisp so that, yeah. So let's see. And as Nilüfer said, please post in your questions in the question box below so that we can answer them. If you if you have already logged in, if you're already watching us, please start posting questions so that we can answer them.
Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm just taking in Shyamala. I don't see Varsha. Let's just
Okay.
get in Shyamala. Okay.
Yeah.
We can continue. Yeah, we have some questions. We have a bunch of questions already. Hi.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Okay,
maybe
we
we can
already have
start.
so many
Yeah.
questions with us. Let's start.
Yes.
Yeah, and Varsha can join in. So the first question that I have, Shamla, can a woman get periods while she is breastfeeding her child?
Yes, she can. Um, Mostly what Dr. Jack Newman, who I consider father of breastfeeding, says is he says if you're breastfeeding effectively, efficiently, you shouldn't get your periods anywhere from 17 to 21 months. But then um, a lot of women see if you're black. I know of women who are breastfeeding exclusively still get their periods at 3 months. Like I got mine exactly on my son's first birthday, and for my daughter I think I got it in 11 months. It depends. I know of women who didn't get it for 2.5 years as well, so it varies from person to person, and a lot of things fall in there. And yes, you can get your periods while breastfeeding. See, I breastfed for 4.5 years, um, and obviously, if I didn't get periods for 4.5 years, I would have been thrilled. But no,
That would have been good, right? Really good.
yeah, yeah,
I had forgotten the experience of what exactly a period is like when I was feeding my baby. So yeah, that is a different thing. But then yeah, thank you for answering that question,
Yeah.
Shamla. Vidya, should we go ahead with the questions that we have framed? Because we have a lot of questions from the viewers. Let
Yeah,
us
yeah,
let's
take up the
do.
questions from the viewers,
Yeah.
right? I think that's
yeah.
Yes.
better. So
Yeah.
there's Shrishti who's asking, when can we expect our first periods after delivery while you're breastfeeding? I think we just answered that
Answered.
question,
Yeah.
Shrishti. Yeah, so yeah, that is done. Yeah, the next question that I have, most of the people I do not have their names because these questions were from stories, but of course you will know that we've answered your question. So the question is still how many months periods doesn't come when breastfeeding and why? Again, the same question we've
Similar.
already
Yeah,
answered.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is a little bit twisted question, so I'm going to read it out, Shamla. How long will a C-section mother get her periods after delivery? Maybe she's
Okay.
asking when will
About
she get and for how long she will get.
No, see, the thing is, I think she is talking about the bleeding, the lochia that happens after delivery. She's not, I don't think she's talking about periods at all
Okay.
in this case, which
Okay.
actually, which is not periods. Many women don't realize that is not periods and that is different. So there's C-section or vaginal delivery is not different. In either cases, what happens is the placenta comes out and that kicks in a whole lot of things. Varsha, you're the culprit. I can see here.
Yes,
So,
you have to mute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just mute it, Varsha, for some time, and when you are talking, you
yeah,
can unmute it.
Yes.
yeah. So that is not periods at all. And that again changes from person to person. When you're breastfeeding, what happens is your uterus contracts and that expels more blood, especially the initial stages. A lot of women actually mention that, like when I breastfeed, I get more blood coming out. And that is the reason, like when, we keep saying breastfeed more often because when you breastfeed, your uterus contracts, and a lot of women have their stomach going back in naturally. And that is how it works. So, again, the answer is it depends from person to person.
Yeah. And is there anything different? Like, because she mentioned C-section, Shamla,
C-section.
is it something different, or like, should we
Yeah, so
expect the
see,
similar thing
it is.
for either vaginal or C-section?
See, a lot of women think getting the baby out of the tummy through C-section means nothing goes out of the vagina, which is not true, right? What actually happens is the process that happens is whether the baby comes out through a cut in your tummy or through the vagina, the placenta has to be removed. And once the placenta is removed, that's when everything else kicks in. The hormones change, and that kicks in to increase your breast milk supply. You can have colostrum from like the first trimester on. It doesn't change into mature milk. When does it change into mature milk? When the placenta is out. So
Okay.
whether you go via C-section or a vaginal delivery, the process is the same. A lot of women don't realize that, unfortunately.
Yeah, thank you for that, Shamla. There's another question. My baby is 1 month and yeah, my baby is 1 month and 2 days old. We had only gained 100 grams per week. Is he getting enough milk? He seems hungry all the time and doesn't sleep well because of that. He's tired most of the time.
So the thing is, yeah, there is weight gain, obviously, but very less. I would suggest getting an appointment with a lactation counselor and talking it through. We cannot say anything with just the information that the person is given. Like we have to check the frequency of pee and poop, how frequently the mother is feeding. Is the mother feeding from both sides? There's a lot. It's not a question that I can answer just like that. We need to get more information to tell them how it works.
Yeah, there's another question. It's something similar to what the first one that you answered, Shamla. I'm just going to read it out. I had a C-section on 10th of September and bled only for 8 days after that. And from then onwards, I didn't get proper periods. I just get few drops any day. Is it normal?
Um, Actually, not getting periods is normal, but consistently having a few drops of blood coming every now and then, it's September, October, November, now 3 months. That's not normal.
Yeah, I think you need to get yourself checked.
Okay.
Yeah, get yourself tested. There's another question from Srishti. I'm having some reddish mucus discharge after almost 3 months of delivery. Is it indication of periods arrival or something else? Just wait. Yeah, you can answer that, Shamla.
Basically, I'd say if she's getting full-fledged periods, she will get it. It's not like you get it a little bit and stop. But then again, a breastfeeding mother can have irregular periods as well. That is a
Yeah.
possibility. She didn't have anything for 3 months and she's getting discharged now, and then it stops, and then she gets it after another 2 months. That is also a possibility. So, in all these cases, my recommendation would be to talk to their gyne because they'll have the complete history.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, many women, even if there's a delay and we're getting our periods, like say one and a half years, there are the periods being regular is is normal, right? Like if there's
Yeah.
something abnormal that is happening, then I think you need to talk to your doctor.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there's another question from Dr. Nidhi. She is asking, does the supply get affected when we get periods?
The answer is kind of yes and no. The supply tanks at some stage it does go down for some people, not for everyone. Also, what happens is when Varsha, would you like to answer that bit? I know it's her favorite topic. Go on.
No, no, you tell. I'll add points to it.
Okay. Basically, when what happens is when
Mute. Varsha has to mute.
Varsha
Yeah.
mute for a second. Okay. What happens is when periods happens, the taste of the milk changes. And the baby sucks less. The baby sucks less. There's a signal going to the brain saying to produce less. So the baby is not interested in drinking the milk because it tastes different. So it is a vicious cycle. So the supply could go down because of that as well. Am I right, Varsha?
Yes, that is the actual thing that happens. Some of them they say that the milk becomes a little sour taste during period. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
most of the babies don't like that sour taste. Very very rarely there are babies who like sour taste. They haven't found any difference while breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Varsha. Yeah, there's another question from Sukrita Prasad. I'm so sorry, dear. Your question is not complete, so I'm not going to read it out. If you can just send it over again, it would be great. The next one is from Varda Nayak. I got period after 11 months of delivery, but for only 2 months, and after that, I didn't get my period. Now it's 2 months. I have got no period.
Irregular periods is common, can happen, but if in doubt, get yourself checked.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the
Sometimes,
next one is by
one
Harshada.
minute.
I start.
Sir, 1 minute. Sometimes, actually, when they don't get periods like this, no, very rarely they go in for a pregnancy check also. So,
Yeah.
you can try that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Varsha. Okay, the next question is by Harshada. I started periods. Does that decrease breast milk? So we've already answered that, Harshada, for you. In the initial phase, this one is from Mrs. Rao. In the initial phase, my baby only drank milk from my left breast, and after 2 months, she started taking milk from right, and the supply from the right breast is still low. What should I do in this case?
Okay, basically, it's not connected to the topic, but I'll still answer. Um, if baby is taking from both sides, if baby is getting enough breast milk from both, putting both breasts together, that's fine. She doesn't have to worry about supply at all. Um, if she wants to increase the supply on the right side, latch the baby more on the right side. That is going to increase the supply. There are mothers who have breastfed exclusively from one side, and that is okay. The only thing that I'd see is when mothers breastfeed from one side and not the other, you get lopsided breasts. So that is the only thing. Everything else is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
Also,
Shamla.
I'll add one more point to this. There is always something called favorite side, okay, which keeps changing. It's absolutely okay. But only thing is, what I suggest is try to change the position and try.
Yeah.
Just because baby is rejecting on one side, don't reject that side. You either try different position or at least keep hand expressing. Otherwise, what she said that imbalance no will happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
it
that's a
also comes
lifelong
from
thing. Yeah.
yeah, it
You
also
just
comes
have to
from
play.
us because what happens is, for me, holding the baby like this is comfortable rather than like this. So I
Yeah.
tend to breastfeed feed more on this side than this. So a lot of
Yeah.
mothers do that, and even naturally, even without thinking, even without the baby having a preference, and then the baby will go, "No, your hand, the side is not comfortable." So yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's not a unique case. It happens all the time. And if she's getting enough to feed the baby from both sides put together and not having to top up, there's nothing to worry.
Okay. Thank you, Shamla. Yeah, the next question is by Rekha. It's not at all related to this topic of discussion, but I'm still going to read it out. She's asking if we do all household work after delivery, does it cause any harm for the mother? So if you
Um,
all want
yeah,
to
and
answer that.
I can answer that question if you want. Basically, see, it takes 9 months for your body to develop a baby from scratch and go to that point where you have labor. It is not an easy thing. Your body has gone through emotional, physical, and all kinds of hormonal changes, right? Your body also goes things we don't even think about. Your entire body is loosening up in anticipation of labor, because if your body is stiff, your pelvis doesn't open, the baby can't come out. So your joints loosen up, your muscles loosen up, all that happens. So it takes at least another 9 months for your body to get back to the new normal, right?
Right.
So take as much rest as you can. It's okay. Like, I started driving within 5 days of delivering my first child because I had no choice. My husband had broken his leg. So I had to get into the driver's seat, drive my child for the appointments and stuff. But it doesn't mean you go and do everything. Like today, I'd say, no, I need my rest. So get your rest. That's when, if you have a support system, take advantage of the support system, relax, chill out, breastfeed, and do whatever is needed.
Yeah, I just want to add something here because this is my favorite topic. Yeah. So what I would say is that physically there are changes that have happened, and then there are still changes that are happening to our bodies after we deliver the baby. It's not like everything is going back to normal. In fact, you will never go back to your previous state,
Yeah.
the way you were pre-pregnancy. So your body is changed forever. You are changed forever. Along with the physical changes, you will have a lot of mental changes happening as well. Everything is new. You have to adjust yourself into that environment. So physically as well as mentally, there are a lot of changes happening. You need to give some time to yourself so that you will get adjusted in that new environment. You will get adjusted with your baby. Some things are definitely natural. They will come to you automatically. Okay, but then the kind of lifestyle we are living nowadays, without having any proper support system, nobody being with us at the time of delivery, after we have a baby, I think it's really important to take some time for ourselves, slow down, slow your pace. You don't really have to rush back into everything. Just take it slow, one thing at a time. Okay, I'm
Right.
moving on to the next.
Should
Varsha
we?
has
Yeah.
to say something.
One
Yeah.
one very important point. One thing that comes really handy. Trust me, this has really worked for me. Baby wearing. Learn the techniques of baby wearing. No one is there to help. Just chill out. Put the baby on your back and just do things as slowly as possible. Not able to do, it's okay. Just wear the baby. The joy is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
agree. I've
Agree to that.
experienced.
Okay.
Okay,
The
let's
next question.
ask one from our question.
No, there are too many questions, Vidya. Let's go with the viewer questions. I mean, there are so many people who are waiting for this
Vidya, don't
question.
worry. If you want,
Let's
we'll do
plan
part
another
two.
session for our
Yeah.
questions.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
If
I didn't
needed,
get
we'll do part two. No, no. If needed, we'll do a part two. Don't
yeah,
worry.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Chalo.
I'll
Yes,
give you
yes.
the last
Yeah.
question, Vidya. The last question is
Okay.
to you.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
just read out the
Hmm.
questions for let's say 5 minutes or something, and then I'll give it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to
Done,
read the
done.
next one by Sukrita. My baby is 2.5 months, and baby was pooping regularly, but from past 1 week he's pooping 2 days once, but greasy poop. Baby is in exclusive breast milk.
Okay, again, not related to the topic, but still we'll answer the question anyway. After baby turns around 6 weeks, baby not pooping regularly is considered okay, though I would say baby has to poop. Like, that is a human body, like it has to get out, right? So is mother taking supplements, iron supplements could constipate baby. Is baby getting supplements, iron supplements again, that could constipate baby. Is the baby actually constipated? How many times is the baby being fed? How is the pee count? There's loads of things to look at. And has there been changes in the mother's diet? And I would generally suggest the mother having plenty of fluids, the mother having probiotics like a lot of curd and stuff, so that that what she takes in will help the baby poop regularly.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that, Shamla. Yeah. The next question is by Anvi. She is asking, "Hi, ma'am. My periods resumed within a month. Is it normal?" So we answered it right at the beginning. It's it's okay. Yeah. It depends from person to person. Then looking for the next question. Yeah, it's from Zehra. I'm not sure if you guys can help. I'm currently 13 weeks pregnant, but I'm having pain on my left side and my pelvis feels heavy every time I stand. It's not a major pain, so should I be concerned? Shamla, it's up to you if you want to answer that.
No, basically, I'd say talk to your doctor because, again, we don't have the medical history. I don't know if she's taking supplements, if she's deficient in anything, if there is something that I should worry about. This is not a question that we can answer. Better talk to her doctor.
Yeah, the next, yes, please do talk to your doctor because it can be something serious as well. It can be nothing as well. So it's better to get it cleared out right at the beginning, nip it in the bud. So the next question we have is by Harshada, how to increase milk supply after periods have started? Does soft breast means low milk? My baby is 4 months. For I didn't get the
Okay.
middle part. Yeah, yeah.
Varsha, do you want to answer that?
See,
Okay.
basically, after periods and all, they don't have to do anything specifically. It's just that feed baby on demand. If the baby is not demanding much, no, just offer. Don't force the baby to feed, just offer. Once the baby starts sucking at the breast, automatically the supply will increase. But one thing is never worry that there is no supply or breast is small or breast is soggy, breast is soft. See, after 3 months, breast being soft is also fine, but it is never going to go empty.
Mm.
Even after baby weaning of breastfeeding also, mothers can get a little bit of milk till up to 1 or 2 months or even 3 months. So they don't have to worry so early.
I'm getting it even after 6 months actually. You know.
Wow.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a question from Aruna, but Aruna, your question has been answered. We answered it right at the beginning. So if you can watch the video again, you will be able to get an answer for your question. Okay. Uh, okay. I'm moving on. Yeah, this question is again from Dr. Nidhi. We answered one of her question earlier. She's asking can anything be done to maintain the supply after periods? I think Varsha just now answered that question, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
but still, do you
basically,
suggest any kind of supplement, Shamla, at least for say mental satisfaction of the mother, some
see,
galactagogues or something?
See, I'll tell you something. You can eat all the galactagogues in the world. If baby is not latching, nothing is going to work. So, like we always say, latch the baby on. The more it is latch, uh, let the baby keep drinking, and automatically your supply will increase. It'll, in most cases, if you don't supplement, like if you're going to supplement, then it'll change. If you don't supplement and you give the baby like your exclusive breast milk, your supply is going to get back to normal.
Yeah, thank you, Shamla. This question is there are many questions, okay? There are many questions, but some of the questions I'm not reading them out because we have in a way answered them already. So if
That's
we will
fine.
be posting this session on our feed, so you can just go and watch the session again anytime, and you will get answer to your questions. This one is from Ira. I have 5 months old baby boy. I'm having trouble with feeding enough for him. What should I do? Shamla, you want to answer this?
Okay, we don't even know, like, when she says I have problem feeding enough for him, I don't know if she's talking about her supply, if she's talking about formula, if she's talking about solids. I don't know what she's talking about. If she's talking about breast milk being low, like the only solution is latch the baby on every single time. A lot of times what happens is baby's going through a growth spurt, sleep regression, and like baby is distracted feeding less, people think their supply is low, which is not true.
Mhm.
So the
Okay.
only way this is going to work out is believe in yourselves and feed your baby.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Now we are having a lot of questions which are out of scope, okay,
Okay.
of the discussion.
Do you
So
want
I'm
to go
not
through
going to
your
read them
topics,
out.
your questions?
Yes, yes, exactly. I'm not going to read them out for now, okay, and maybe because we are already out of time and we've answered a lot of questions from the viewers. So, okay, maybe this one we can take. Would pumping help to maintain supply after periods?
You can. You can do it. Varsha, answer.
This is one thing I really wanted to tell. Pumping does help, but what kind of pump they use matters a lot.
Can you suggest?
I can I suggest which brand not to use or
We
which
don't
brand to use?
know.
Okay, please going for hospital grade breast pumps, not any other brands. Hospital grade breast pumps available in India is Medela and Spectra.
Want to use, we want to make this video a little bit controversial, Varsha. You can
Controversy.
suggest.
Yeah.
Go ahead with Medela or Spectra. Don't buy any other brand.
Okay.
Okay, she's playing safe now. Okay, this is not so
Yeah.
you. This is so
I
not
don't
you,
I don't
Varsha. No,
mind. You
we
want me
can't.
to tell? Please,
Yes.
please don't buy Love Lap brand breast pumps.
Love Lab
It
and
is
Mimi and
confusing.
all those brands.
Love Lap,
Let's
Mimi,
make a reel on this,
Pigeon.
Vidya. I'm saying it's going to get viral. Let's make a reel on this.
Please
Yes,
tag those
Varsha.
brands also. I don't mind. You know why? Because I've seen so many mothers telling that their milk supply is low. Because, see, I'll tell you one thing. It's very important to understand that motor suction capacity.
Varsha is frozen. So
Yeah.
Instagram realized, I guess.
I know what she was coming to say. Varsha, go ahead, finish it.
No breast pump in this world can measure the mother's breast milk supply. The only one who can measure the breast milk supply doesn't know how to speak. And 90% of the
Right.
people wean off before they know how to speak. 10% who know, 10% who do, they enjoy the best time of their life. So please,
So yeah,
all the moms out there, very clearly I'm telling, please don't pump and check the bottle to check, oh, I'm getting only 10 ml, 20 ml, 30 ml, 40 ml. I'm sorry to say, that is, why are you measuring the pump's capacity of the manufacturing company?
Oh, nice. Good one, Varsha.
You don't have
well
to
said,
do that for
Varsha.
them. See, I'll tell you, especially this pumping, no, it is, we have physics, chemistry, okay, and psychology in this. If the mother's mental health is very calm and relaxed, she'll get more supply automatically. Physics, if the suction power is good, if the motor RPM is good, then in shorter duration, the pump will be able to efficiently work in expressing maximum amount of its capacity from the mother's
Right.
breast milk, not the mother's capacity, from the pump's capacity. Okay, and the composition of the mother's breast milk varies based on the baby's direct sucking, not by the pump.
Okay. Super, Varsha.
Awesome.
Super.
Awesome. It was like, yeah, like, straight up.
It
Thank
was,
you,
this was
Varsha.
long time, this was long time, it was eating me up. Why are you guys doing this? Thank you for this platform. I took
Awesome.
it up.
Really awesome, Varsha. The way you said it, it was like, superb. Like, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed listening to you. That was with so much of passion and gust, like, I
Yes,
have to say.
And
Okay.
mothers will not
Before
feel
going,
bad now after listening to this.
yes.
yeah, yeah. Who will feel bad? I don't think anybody's going
I
to feel
mean,
bad.
after pumping,
I
no, no,
hope,
after pumping,
Acha,
if they
okay,
see.
okay,
no,
okay,
no, I
yeah.
hope the brands
I
don't
don't think Love
actually
Lab
put a
will
case
be
on
for
me.
this. Apart from Love Lab, I don't think anybody's going to feel bad for like
Love
that
Yeah.
Lab and
effect.
Mimi. There's a brand called Mimi, I think. They are
Yes,
again
yes.
like, yeah, that is like, because I've had people come and say, I'm using Mimi pump and I'm not getting anything. No, you won't get anything. Don't worry. Don't even worry about that.
This this is just a customer review. We are not telling
Yeah,
them anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's okay,
yeah,
yeah.
Vacha. They're not
Right.
going to do
Yeah.
anything.
yeah.
Okay, with their safeguarding also.
Yes, I'm adding.
Disclaimer.
Hey, don't forget to tag the brands, huh?
Yes, yes.
I will not
Nilofer
forget to
will do
tag
it.
them. Oh, Vidya, that was awesome. Okay. I was like, no, 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 no. We are not saying this. This is just review.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah. I before going on to your questions, Vidya, I just want to say something, guys. There were so many other questions which we were not able to cover in this session because we are already out of time. But then, still, if you all want those questions to be answered, please drop it as a comment on this particular session that we will be posting on our feed. So, within, like, once the session has ended, within the next half an hour or something, we will be posting this entire live session on our feed. You can just go there and drop your comment as a message. I'm sorry, drop your question as a comment, okay? And we will tag in Varsha and Shamla and they will be able to answer your question. Yeah. Yeah, Vidya,
Yeah.
please proceed.
I want to ask this one. You cannot get pregnant while breastfeeding. Is it a myth or a fact?
Myth, myth, myth. I know of women who got pregnant at 3 months. Like, see, what
Oh,
happens is you're not, you're breastfeeding, you're not getting your periods. So, what do you think? You're not ovulating. You think
oh,
only when you get your periods, you start ovulating. But only ovulation happens before your periods. So, the ovulation has happened. You don't realize it has happened. You have intercourse. And the next thing you know, done, you're pregnant.
yeah,
So, it's
right.
just a myth.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is good. Yes.
Yeah, people
Thank
should
you for that,
realize,
Sham.
people just think, oh, I
Yes.
haven't got my period, so I can't get pregnant. It is not true. I know of women, including my own aunt, who got pregnant after she has like 12-month difference, babies in 12-month difference. So,
Oh,
Okay. If
okay.
you are planning like that, then definitely you all can have
Yeah.
intercourse without
I,
any
I
protection.
wish,
But
I wish.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Vidya. I know you're going to be angry with me. Like, just one question because there were a couple of people who asked this question. It is not really related to periods, but it's definitely related to breastfeeding and getting pregnant. And like, so if somebody gets pregnant with another baby and she's still breastfeeding her first baby, okay, doctors are like, there are many doctors who advise that to stop breastfeeding, okay? And what is your suggestion on that, Shamla Varsh?
Okay. As a mother who has breastfed her first child while carrying the second, I'll say if there are no complications, go ahead. Doctors think the contractions can actually lead to miscarriage. It is not true. The contractions are not strong enough to lead to a miscarriage if there are no complications. Um, La Leche League recommends breastfeeding while pregnant. They're not against it. Actually, there's documentation on that on their website, the international website. So, yes, what happens though is at one stage, um, the supply goes down and babies are dry sucking for a short while, and then colostrum comes in. So what the baby has is colostrum, and the taste is different. Some babies might self wean at that stage. Some babies might want to continue, which is fine either way. I've known so many mothers, and I have supported so many mothers who have breastfed through pregnancy and then tandem fed both the children,
Oh,
including
okay.
myself. So
Lovely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something like, really great. Like, yeah,
Yes.
that's something really great, and it's not a simple thing to do. Awesome.
thank
Okay, yeah, Vidya, up to you. Now
Yeah,
I'll just
last
keep
two
mouth
questions.
closed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
you.
Last two questions. Okay. So I've heard women say that during when while breast during their breastfeeding journey, if the mother gets periods, baby cries a lot. Is there any link between breastfeeding and periods?
Basically the milk changes, taste of milk changes, the baby doesn't want to feed, so obviously baby is hungry, baby is going to cry, so that is the only link.
Maybe
Okay.
because of the change of taste also that person is crying, that little one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the taste is different. I don't want to drink this, but I'm hungry, so I want to cry
Yes.
because that's the only way I can communicate. So
Yes,
Yeah.
and there might be a high chance of top feed during this time. So how can it affect the breastfeeding journey?
See, every drop of top feed that you give affects your supply, because that is signal going back to the brain saying baby needs so much lesser amount of milk. So your body is going to produce less. With periods or without periods, any top up that you give is going to affect your supply.
Okay.
And I'd recommend, yes, it does sound tough, but in most cases, keep latching the baby on skin to skin, relax with the baby. That'll actually help the baby latch. And sometimes even dream feeding helps. Some babies will feed while they're sleeping, even during
Mm-hmm.
periods, even with change days, they will take it. So if your baby is not drinking while they are wide awake, try dream feeding. So that'll help.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Varsha.
That's my point. See, I'll tell you one thing. What helps is, take spices, not spicy food.
Mm-hmm.
Spices mixed food like khichdi, rava khichdi or something like that, which has a lot of Indian spices in that. Generally, that sometimes they say that it helps.
Mm-hmm.
The
Even
flavor changes.
ajwain water
Mm-hmm.
also helps.
Okay.
So jeera water, ajwain water, eating tulasi and betel leaf, they say that it helps. I know they can try. But
Okay.
dream feeding and frequently, offering the feed would help. If the baby is more than 4 months old, no, then they can actually divert. They can
Mm-hmm.
keep talking to the baby, or they can, give some these this nursing necklace or some toys like that. Keep diverting the baby, and then they can feed.
Okay. Last question, okay. Yeah, so it's a little off the topic, but we would love to hear from you both. And yeah, we have exceeded, but yes. See, without periods, there are no babies. But still, there is so much taboo around the period in so many households. It is, looked down upon literally. So, what is your opinion on that?
Varsha, you want to go first? Okay. Basically, see, periods itself is if you look at it, it comes. We haven't changed the maximum amount of change that has happened to humans in general is in the last 200 years in any field. If you look at it, from
Mm-hmm.
cars to airplanes to mobile phones to sanitary napkins, right?
Right.
So it is like, in certain ways, women were considered impure because that's what they thought. You know, any kind of bodily excretion, whether it's pee, poop, blood, saliva, they're all bad, termed as bad. Nobody like thinks they're good. Of course, certain things are bad, certain things are okay. It is not good or bad. It is a part of, whether you like it or not, you have to poop every day, or you're going to get into trouble. People, unfortunately, don't think that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
First thing. Um, Second thing is women. Okay, during periods, women were kept away because of the fact that they didn't have proper protection. Like we didn't have sanitary napkins the way we do now.
Right.
People used old cloth, all kinds of things, ash wrapped in cloth, anything that would protect them because that was what was available, and that led to infections,
Mm-hmm.
right? People, when you don't have even that amount of support, it was just, it worked out easy for them to stay indoors in a separate place where it was easy for them to clean up after.
Mm-hmm.
Also, women's immunity. I don't know if any of you have noticed this in your own bodies. For me, just if I have to get a toothache, it'll be just before my periods. If I have to get a cold, it'll be just before my periods. Your immune
I
system
have got it.
is
Yeah.
at its rock bottom just before your periods. So it just works out easier for the women to stay at home, stay indoors, whatever. So I actually think the whole thing was created by women to keep themselves safe and relaxed and well rested.
It's a good perspective, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Something
Varsha.
completely fresh.
I
Yeah.
agree to her point. See, actually, you know what? I don't know how many of them has experienced, staying in a single room during the periods and all. In my entire lifetime, there's only one period cycle where I'd done that.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
never done
Okay.
that. Okay, but
I
yeah,
never
like
done
like thinking from this perspective, it's like if somebody is like completely like a person who's cooking for the family, like taking care of everything, and suddenly she gets a break of like 5 days.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know of families who still follow that, you know.
yeah,
In the Brahmin community, even today, they follow they don't go into the kitchen or the puja hall or the hall
But
area. They'll sit in one
but
side
they do
room.
it like an untouchable thing, no? Like
That's
yeah.
bad.
no.
That's
That
Yeah,
is
really
that
bad.
bad.
is bad.
Yeah.
That's
That
really
is
That is
bad.
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 But
Yeah.
again, it is like, you know what? I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to deal with anything. Just leave me alone. Let me relax, chill out in a room for like 5 days, get my rest,
Yeah.
and get
Yes.
when my body comes back to its normal self, let me get out and do things. I think if it is not considered a taboo, like getting that break is a fantastic thing. But in this day and age, like I lived in Italy for 3 years and I used to see women go swimming during their periods without any protection
Mm-hmm.
because the water pressure actually stops the blood flow. So you will
Oh,
not bleed
Right.
inside the pool.
Right.
Isn't that
wow.
Yeah. Somebody
interesting?
told me this.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's interesting actually. Yeah, I've never heard it before.
Yeah. Somebody told me when I was not ready to enter the beach. They said it's okay. Just come. Yeah.
Yeah, because nothing will happen as long as you're inside. When you step out, you will start bleeding, but that can be cleaned. The water itself will not get any blood because of the pressure difference. You will not bleed inside a pool. So I've seen women get out and do that during periods. So we live in that day and age where it is okay for women to get out because we have the knowledge, we have the support, we have the means to support ourselves. So, and we also live in a stage where you're not, if you're going into work, you cannot say, I have my periods, I'm not coming into office for 5 days. Nobody is going to take it easy. We don't have that kind of a
They'll
luxury.
say, no, no, they'll say 5 days off, then 5 days salary cut, or then you please sit at home.
So,
That's a good one now.
Yes.
so we don't have that kind of luxury at the moment. Yes, Varsha.
Yeah.
No, no, that is what they'll not. There's nothing possible like that. And also one more thing, what I've noticed, nowadays, people start working. When they are working, they are not getting that any disturbances. The moment they are back home or they are finished, done with the work, they're like,
No. Yeah.
everything is something, everything is gone out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That,
So
like,
that
yeah, work. See, for lots of people, work, getting out, meeting others, doing things acts as a distraction and helps them, calm down and deal with it. For some, like I myself, I'd love the 5 days rest and go. Not even 5 days, even 2 days rest and go. Yeah, you guys deal with it. I just want to stay in bed all day,
Yes.
kind of a thing.
No, actually, one thing I would, suggest is, even the employers or whomever it is, nowadays I think they are, understanding to some extent in some places. Short breaks, some power naps will actually help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
like it is a taboo because we didn't have the means to support ourselves and our own body's design because the immunity was low. Um, it wasn't easy to clean up wherever you go when you're bleeding and things like that. And that was it. Now, with things changing, if you are still holding on to old, I wouldn't call it values, but old tradition, just
Mm-hmm.
because that was the way things were done, I don't think that is right.
Thank you.
I think it
Thank you for
I
concluding that.
agree with her.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess all of us agree with that.
is.
Yes.
Okay, it was a lovely session, and we
Yes.
we are almost like approaching our 1 hour thing. So yeah, let's pack up now. I say
Yeah.
okay. There are many
Thank
other questions,
you.
and as I've requested everyone, please do drop in your comments on this session once it's posted on the feed, and we will definitely get back to you with answers. Okay, thank you so much, Varsha. Thank you so much, Shamla.
Thank
Once again, I guess this was a third session, right? Together.
Yes, yes,
Is
yes.
it
Yeah.
only the third? I thought we've done more. I don't know.
No, we have
Yeah,
done such long sessions, right? That's why.
Yeah.
yeah, and we have a history of having, the longest sessions ever in the history of new mother, because others we just wrap it around like, half an hour, maximum 40-45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you.
it's
Okay.
like, it's lovely to have you both, and time just flies,
Thank
and we
you.
don't realize what time it is when we are talking to you all. The conversations are so meaningful and deep and impactful and helpful and really informative. And I'm sure, like, everyone watching this live session and the ones who watch this later on benefit immensely, like, from your insights and your valuable inputs. Thank you so much again for taking out time and joining us. And I'm sure, like, we will need a lot more sessions with you guys in the future.
Yes.
With
Thank you,
very
Thank
and thank you,
you.
Varsha.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Varsha, for the
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
so much.
no, no, actually, you know what? One thing, Love Lab manufacturers, don't take things in the wrong way. Please try to correct your motor and give better quality to the mothers.
Yes, hey, we told na customer review. It is customer
Yes.
review.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
everyone for
Varsha
I'm
joining
is
us.
not the best.
definitely going to create a reel on this, and I'm going to tag you, Varsha. Okay, and then yeah, we can tag everyone else also. Okay, saying it's a
Yes,
review reel.
yes.
I think Vidya will stay out of it. Vidya is like, I'm not a part of this. Okay, no, no, no. Yeah, but I loved it. Enjoyed the session.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Anything
Thank
else
you.
you guys want to add, Shamla and Varsha? If you all want to add
No,
something.
no. All I want to say is thank you for giving us an opportunity to talk. It is always wonderful to catch up with you guys on live or personally. And thank you for getting meaningful topics, because these are not topics that are discussed usually. So thank you so much for that.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Seriously,
Thank
it's
you.
Bye.
really very nice. Thank you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.